What things instantly make a person unlikable? When someone can't stop bragging. The day before my wife and I moved into our new house, our neighbor across the street came over to introduce himself. The first thing he spoke about was his military service and how he was retired. Okay, cool, no big deal. Then he started in with his military benefits and how much money he was bringing in while being retired. It escalated to how much money both him and his wife make and how they're doing pretty good considering he's retired before 45. The last 5 conversations with the guy have all involved how much him and his wife make at some point or other. I just nod and don't really acknowledge it, but he really wants me to know how much money he's bringing in. People who refuse to see their mistakes and expect everyone else to forgive them time and time again even though they refuse to change and better themselves. If they mock others for their attempts to be a better person and try to drag them back down. People who are polite character assassins. You know, the kind of person who manipulate others for their own benefit, putting others down with a smile on their face and gaining rapport with the ones who benefit them. Most people don't even know what those are. Being rude to people, especially waiting staff and customer service and support persons. I instantly can't stand you if you are rude to people who serve others. Arrogance. I hate arrogance with a passion. That constant need of attention that makes them compete with other people by raising their volume, one-upping their stories, or being relatable and quirky. If they abuse animals or like destroy pole-pays stuff. Being rude to wait staff and or mean to animals. Their favorite topic to talk about is other people. Eating food mouth open. They interrupt others when they're speaking and change the subject to a topic of interest to them. Constantly talking about themselves and how great they are. People who seem to have to one-up every story they hear. People checking posts like this in case their own insecurity is listed. Shifty eyes. People that refuse to own up to their shitty behavior and instead blame it on some sort of mental, physical disorder. Bonus points if it isn't formally diagnosed and they're just making shit up. Laughing at other people's misfortune. Once I was in a car with some former friends and we saw a person pull out of a parking lot with their purse sitting on the roof of the car. My friends all started laughing and taking pictures, making jabs at the woman. I was the only one that was concerned since, you know, purses tend to have a lot of valuables in them. I tried telling my friend who was driving to pull up alongside the car before we got to the highway so we can wave them down. But she refused, saying it was too funny. Eventually the lady turned into another parking lot so the purse was all right. But I distanced myself from those friends after that. Gatekeeping. Or when I try to connect with someone over a shared hobby, interest and they're immediately abrasive over it, or shoot me down because I'm not as into it as they are. Cool Darth Vader shirt. I love Star Wars. What did you think of Rise of Skywalker? Well, for starters is the Rise of Skywalker, and second of all, the fact you even ask that shows you aren't a real fan, otherwise you'd know it was objectively terrible. Let's try this one hot shot. What's Droid D3A1's programmer's home world's regional governor's teacher's pet's name? You don't know? Didn't think so. Arrogant or discussions without them listening to you. For me, I think a person is unlikable when they cough on you, just stare at you without smiling, or kill you. Refusing to pick up your dog's mess in public, refusing to wear a mask during a pandemic, violating someone's personal space, being an entitled bellend. Virtue signaling. People who make mean jokes constantly. Sure, if we have an existing rapport, that can be a part of it. But if you're coming out of the gate constantly shitting on other people and saying, "It's just a joke," I am going to assume you're just an asshole. People who interrupt other people. If you cannot let someone finish his thought, then I have no interest in what comes out of your pie hole. You are not adding to the conversation. You are interfering with the exchange of ideas. Standing, walking on the bicycle lane, when there's a sidewalk right next to them. Also, people who walk onto the bicycle lane without looking. Good brakes have saved the teeth of countless oblivious pedestrians. Being rude to wait staff or just generally anyone working with the public, that drives me insane and I instantly do not like you.